Hello, my friends on YouTube. Today is Sunday, the 6th of July 2025. This video is for adults only, so if there are any youngster in the room, please ask them to leave. Um, Today's video is the illusion of Islam, or the Islamic illusion. Call it whatever you want. I'm making this video for two reasons. One, I was reading the Quran because to go to heaven you need to read the book of the Allah. So I read it. And by the way, each one of you must read the book of Allah in Arabic. Otherwise you will not make it to heaven. So I'm telling you now so that you make it to heaven. You need to read the book of Allah every day. So that's what I do. And I found out in the third chapter in the Quran, verse 125, I'm going to read it with you, and I'm going to also put it in the description box. It has very interesting things related to what's going on in Israel, Iran, Gaza, and so on. So let's read together. Okay. The book of Allah. May the blessing of Allah be upon him. And that will be 125. It changed. Give me a second. Okay. Okay. Most certainly, this is the Allah talking to the believers. If you believers are firm and mindful of Allah and the enemy, or mindful of Allah, and the enemy launches a sudden attack on you, Allah will reinforce you with 5,000 angels designated for the battle. That is 5,000 soldier angel. And as I was reading all the nonsense, the explanation and stuff like that, if a storyteller, when he starts a story, probably it's kind of like not so spicy and not so good. So as he tells it once and twice and three times and keeps going, he adds some black pepper here, some salt there, some cumin, some turmeric, and so on and so forth to make it flavored. So I was reading the people who put this stuff. They say these are the most trusted people because it's in the Bukhari, and this is like the most trusted books in Islam after the Quran, of course. I mean, this 5,000 soldiers, angel soldiers, first, that is called the invasion of Badr. The name of the battle was called the Badr. And that battle, the Prophet of Allah, may the blessing of Allah be upon him, he went out with his gang to actually attack the caravan, the merchant's caravan going to Mecca, his hometown. Some of these merchants is his uncle, people, your neighbors, people that you knew, and you go out and attack them and loot their wealth and their money. And the goods that they are bringing, probably from India or China or who knows, and they are hiring people to protect this caravan. They are paying money for that. So he, with his gang, that the gang that he met in Medina after his failure in Mecca, he went to Medina and he had an alliance with a bunch of gangsters there. They went out to loot, holy loot. I'm sorry, I have to make it. It was holy, very holy. And Allah found out that he is struggling to fight these people, so many of them, and probably these are trained fighters too. So he was about to lose. So the Allah sent him 5,000 soldiers from the heaven, angels, not genie, because the Muslim believe in the genie. You know, in the movie Aladdin, the genie who comes and one genie can destroy a whole army. He sent him 5,000 angels. Why didn't he send him one genie? Anyway, Allah sometimes forgets. So the Allah, may the blessing of Allah be upon him too, send these 5,000 angels, and in the explanation of the story, each, like the storyteller has to put his 5 cents salt, 5 cents black pepper, and so on and so forth. Few people said, I have seen 2 angels with my own eyes. One on the right of the Prophet of Allah, may the blessing of Allah be upon him, and one on his left, fighting fearsomely with the Prophet of Allah. And these two angels, they look like men, but I never, all of them, never seen them before or after. So these were the angel Gabriel and Michael. In Arabic we call him Mikael. In Spanish, Miguel is very similar. Anyway, whatever. My question here, it's obvious. They were dressed in white. Of course, they are holy. They are angels. They are holy. Not as holy as the Prophet, but they are holy. So, the Prophet of Allah was fighting in this looting battle. And God, the creator of that huge universe that is about 23 billion light year, is concerning himself with a guy in the desert of Arabia, probably. Anyway, he's concerned with this guy and he has to protect him. He is going out to do some work. He's looting. I'm not going to let him get killed. He's my boy. So he sent him the 5,000 angels, but also all the people have seen, not all, I'm sorry, few people have seen with their own eyes the angel Gabriel and the angel Michael fighting side by side with power and authority, the Prophet of Allah. Okay, now I mean, when you hear something like that, you have a question in your head. First of all, how did you know that these were angels? Did they present an identification card to say, I am Angel Gabriel, I'm Angel Michael, or why not somebody else? I mean, Muslim, they believe in myriad of angels. How did you know that this was Gabriel and this was Michael? How did you find out? And why didn't you say they are genie? You believe in the genies, and you believe that the genies, some of them are Muslim. and they support Islam, and they have the power to actually transform themselves to look like human, to a point that a genie can marry a human. So why not a genie? Did his identification say not genie, said angel, angel Gabriel, not a genie? What kind of identification did he have to conclude that he is an angel? How did you find out? So let's say this is true, and the Allah indeed has to take care of his boy, okay? Because he came with the right religion. He came with the best ideology. Okay, let's believe that for a moment. My heart really goes to each man, woman, and a child, whether he's in Gaza, in Israel, in Ukraine, in Russia, who is suffering because of a stupid decision that those who are in power are making. Why a child in Gaza has to suffer because some stupid leader from Hamas made a stupid decision? Why a child in Ukraine or in Russia also has to suffer or lose his arm or her leg, or lose his life or her life because a stupid person came with the decision that we must go to war with this country. Now, something came to my head when I was reading this and the situation today. If God, the Almighty, is sending 5,000 angels to help a looter, a thief, to execute his mission well, wouldn't that be a good time for him to come and protect the innocent, whether in Israel, the people who the rockets fall on them, and protect the innocent people in Gaza, the innocent people in Yemen, the innocent people in Russia, in Ukraine, but specifically the Muslim who are fighting now what's called a holy war? Why isn't he helping you, sending you? I mean, if he sent 5,000 angels to help the Prophet when he was here, and this because the followers were very united with him, of course very united with him because they will come out with some money and women, okay? Since God responded to this unity, I will give you two unities that it never happened since before the death of the Prophet of Allah, may the blessing of Allah be upon him. The Muslim Sunni and Shiite, both of them split right at the death of the founder of Islam, and they've been murdering, slaughtering, killing one another until this very moment. They united only 2 times that I know of. About 6 months ago, maybe less than that, the parliament of Iraq is a country that is mixed, Sunni and Shiite, so the parliament has both. Both of them, they never unite on anything, but both of them united unanimously on a man can marry a 9-year-old girl, a child. Why? Because the Prophet of Allah did that, and must be correct, must be good, must be useful, and it will not hurt them. It will not hurt the man anyway. And most of the people, if not all of the people in the Iraqi parliament, are men. Most likely are all pedophilia people, pedophilic. Hmm? So they go along with that agenda. Why not? They want that 9 years old girl to scream. I am sure that, why would you accept that? All of them accepted that, and it passed as a law. There's sexual pleasure there. So let me sign. And now, for the second time they united, is Hamas, which is Sunni, Muslim Sunni, and Hezbollah, which is Muslim Shiite. They hate each other's guts since the beginning. 1400 years ago. They've been murdering one another since then. But they unite to fight Israel. Why? Why? Because they have an ideology left to them by the Prophet of Allah that they have to destroy the Jews. I heard one Muslim clerk, he was Egyptian, he was saying it's good that the Jews established, because the Israel was reclaimed or re-established in 1948. And many Muslims were very upset about that. But this guy, he really had the right idea to Muslim. He said, why are you upset? Let them all come to one spot. Instead of chasing them one by one all over the world, it will be a lot of work. Let them come. Let them stay in one spot. So when they are all gathered in that spot, one day we can nuke them, drop a nuclear bomb on them, and get rid of them all. You see why Iran wanted to have a nuclear bomb? And that was not a secret. That actually the former president of Iran, Ahmadinejad, he said it clearly. Israel will be wiped off the map. A whole nation. My question now is for the Muslim who has two cells still hanging in his head. The Allah, if he helps, isn't that a suitable time to help the innocent people? Actually, to help the Israelis also. Innocent person is an innocent person. A civilian is a civilian. And even oftentimes the people who are forced to go to the military, probably not in Israel because this is a survival thing, but I know in Egypt, no one wants to serve in the military. No one. No one. In Yemen, it's forced on them most of the time. Iraq, same thing. If you don't fight, if you don't join the military, you will be killed. Okay? This is similar to whoever changes religion, kill him. Whoever doesn't serve in the military, kill him. So they have to serve. So in a way, it's unfair. Like this way he will be killed, this way he will be killed. So the most powerful Allah now, why doesn't he at least save the innocent in Gaza, save the innocent in Yemen? They are Muslims. Actually, save the innocent in the Uyghur Muslim in China. Why doesn't he send some angels to create a protective dome like the Iron Dome that Israel has? I mean, they are angels, they can fly, they have Each one has 600 wings. They can fly and catch these missiles in the air better than the Iron Dome, and protect the Muslim men, women, and children, the innocent. And also the military, the Muslim military. They're Muslims. Why the Allah is not doing that now? This is a question for those who want to know, to learn. I encourage you to think and study and find out. It seems to me that this Allah is supporting Israel and the Israeli. At least more than the Muslims. They are winning. They destroyed all the Hamas guys, all the leadership, the pagers. That was brilliant. The pagers, and now look at Iran. They go in and out the Israeli airplanes as they wish. They can even send a civilian airplane going through Iran. Nobody can stop it. It's open. Why the Allah does not protect? And actually you are united, Sunni and Shia, similar to the time of the Prophet. Why he doesn't interfere and save these people from the disaster that they are facing? He's nowhere to be seen. Maybe there was no Allah from the beginning, and if there was, he deserted you. Thank you very much. Like, share, and comment.